public at around almost 6. I don't know why I did that. I think I just maybe thought if I can do that. Okay, so if I can do that, maybe I will get more views or not. I don't care, honestly. But why not do something different, especially for Poetry Month? Okay, so I'm gonna do poems today from April 2022 and I think April of 2025. We don't have poems from April 2023 because I was in Peru, and 2024 I didn't bring my book. So this is from April 1st. The first one is called Solo se me ocurre odiarte. Me llenas de oscuridad y rencor, me llevas a la cima de la angustia y solo se me ocurre odiarte. Te quise una vez, pero ahora veo que eso fue un error. Okay, let's go. There's this other one. It's called Foolish Games. But I called it, I think, the title is Fool for Love. I'm a fool for love, and I love to play the game of love recklessly. Every time I gamble with my sanity. Every time I gamble with my worth. Every time I gamble with my self-esteem. And every time I lose it all. But I love love, so I'll repeat this pattern until I learn to live with only the love for myself. All right, I will not read the next poem because it's way too or the next one. Here, this one is called Question Mark. I've been called an exclamation point before, but I feel like a question mark because I always ask questions like, why am I like this? How do I get rid of anxious thoughts? Where does my heart reside? What is the best for me? Who will I love? All right. Obviously, 2022 me as a poet was very different from 2025 or 2026 me. I don't know. I was still learning. This one is called Morning. When I opened my eyes, I whined and I grunted. Another day, whine, whine, whine. Working to live or living to work. I can't remember which is better. Living is just guesswork. Maybe today I won't feel so much anger. Perhaps I should find hope in this new day instead of living in gloom and doom. Maybe my darkness can stay away, or maybe I'll cry in the bathroom. I like that one. Okay, the other two are... All right, here's this one. Last one for 2022 is called Blooming. My heart blooms like a flower in spring, thinking of the beauty in everything. I'm no longer angry and feel freedom just to be. I take things in stride and no longer feel the need to fight. Is this what healthy looks like? I like that poem. It was very nice sentiment, I feel like. Okay, we'll move on to 2025. Just exciting. Moon. Moon. Tears fall from the moon. Deception hangs from her. Her lover, the sun, taken from her. Only time she sees him is during the eclipse with special permission from the gods. Oh, this one is a very hopeful poem, and I don't feel like this anymore. I feel like the opposite of this, but it's called Magic. Magic of love will come back once the marigolds come into full bloom, and I'm the woman who doesn't make gods out of lovers, placing them on pedestals they'll eventually fall from. All right, let's see if there's any more little poems in here. Nope. Okay, we'll move on to this one. Okay, this is the big one. These poems are longer in here. Okay, this one is call this one violin. Violin starts playing in my head. My heartstrings are pulled every which way. Your last text sent me into a crescendo of grief and rage. Once again, I wonder what I did to deserve this. Another one who discards me and dismisses me. Another tragedy I turn into poetry. This was not inspired by anything I actually have went through, by the way. I don't know. Okay. Oh, yeah, that one I'm not reading. All right, this other one is one that I read last year, actually. I think I called this one propaganda. Fed up with the self-help propaganda that comes across my Instagram feed, I throw my phone across my cubicle. Enough with the workshop about healing my inner Nina for the affordable price of $499. The price to finally forgive my parents for childhood grievances. Enough with a relationship coach selling their miraculous book that will cure my anxious attachment disorder for $29.99. So I don't fuck up my next relationship. Enough with anyone who tries to monetize from my deepest insecurities and fears. Perhaps a while ago, I would have found solace in these self-help gurus and grifters, but lately, I just want to live and not overthink my existence. And this one is, this one is called, oh no, this one is in Spanish. Is it this one in Spanish? No. This one is called Hinge Part 1. This is when I had the bright idea of downloading Hinge. I wrote a poem today about this, actually. And I'll read that at the end. So this one is called Hinge Part 1. Downloaded Hinge to become unhinged. The fountain of inspiration was waning and I needed to be infused by new character energy. Even if some of those characters are shady, even if some of those characters annoy me, I can't keep writing about the same old repetitive stories, rehashing old trauma for the purpose of making art on paper. After a while, it gets exhausting. After a while, it makes no sense since I've forgiven all of them. And I can't do another term of Trump, celibate and devoid of any romantic energy. Yeah, we saw how well that went. All right, this one is in Spanish. I'm not sure. I think I just wrote it. Okay. La luna llueve con lágrimas y lleva una decepción grande en su corazón por la crueldad de la inhumanidad. Let me read this again. La luna llueve con lágrimas. Lleva una decepción grande en su corazón por la crueldad y inhumanidad que observa el egoísmo y la maldad de los seres humanos. I like that one. And this one is cute. It is about something that me and my cousin did when we were in Peru in 1990. All right, homecoming Peru 1990. Me and my prima played princesses outside while the tíos and tías played catch-up on chisme. They asked my parents questions about our adopted homeland while my brother was downing bowl after bowl of carapulcra until he would throw up. While my sister flexed her American accent and talked about her love for NKOTB. And when twilight came, me and my prima were ushered in as I was getting reprimanded for getting grass stains on my polka dot dress. And one of the tias pointed at my belly and said, "Está un poco gordita." And another tia chimed in and said, "It must be the American food in school." Mommy sighed in exasperation and told me and my prima to go along and play. We tried to be sneaky and quiet and snake along the room, trying to overhear conversations, trying to get our fix of chisme. But soon we got bored and made our way to the kitchen, where we found an endless supply of wine glasses with residual amounts of wine in them. And in that moment, curiosity about what the big deal alcohol was about killed the cat in us, and we proceeded to drink all of the wine glasses one by one. By the end, we felt giddy and so grown up, almost like señoritas. By the end, we got drunk for the first time at the ages of 7 and 9. All right. And this one is a translator from one of the poems that I just read. Perdedora. Traté de jugar el juego de amor temerariamente, apostando con mi cordura, apostando con mi valor, apostando con mi autoestima y perdiendo cada vez. Pero estoy adicta al amor y repetiré esta locura hasta que el amor propio sea suficiente. That was in a good translation. All right. So this is a poem I wrote today. Let's see if I can. This is, when I was looking at the poem that I wrote about Hinge, I wanted to write like a response poem about how I feel now, which is very different. Maybe I've been like watching too many old movies from old Hollywood or the golden era, and I'm romanticizing them. But this is basically how I just really feel. NaPoWriMo Day 1. And this was written today. NaPoWriMo Day 1. A year later, I've learned online love will never be for me. I don't care to ever install Hinge or Tinder or any other stupid dating app. I don't care to get to know someone through Snapchat, Kik, or even text. At my big age of 45, I'd much rather hear their voice or have them send me a letter in the mail to read. Let them court me with bursts of poetry like they did in my mom's boomer generation, instead of the barest minimum done in this hellscape that is modern dating, where emojis and dick pics are the norm, where consistency and loyalty doesn't exist, and originality is a thing of the past, where almost every guy on those dating apps only seem to know the words pretty and beautiful when it comes to complimenting me. No. Give me a 1940s Mexican golden era kind of love, where women were worshipped and respected and men made a grand effort to earn their love. And maybe it's a tall order for the universe, but I won't settle for less. And if this kind of love doesn't exist for me, then I'll spend the rest of my days alone with my movies and poetry to keep me company. Because to settle for less, again, always ends up breaking and making me hate myself for months on end when after the affair ends. All right, this poem needs to be edited, but actually, like, not much, just a few things that were a little awkward, but it's honest. It's very candid about how I feel. But yeah. Okay, that's it. Happy Poetry Month!